lifestyle. There were several new political goals of the movements, some of which included repealing sodomy laws, decriminalizing homosexuality, repealing what they called anti cross dressing laws, ending employment discrimination, and ending harassment by police of LGBT spaces. These political goals stressed the community's desire for liberation. They wanted to be able to be out and proud and not face legal punishment. It should be noted that employment discrimination is still legal in many places in the United States. Queer sex and relationships were not legalized completely in the US until 2003 and is still illegal in many countries around the world. Openly LGBT people began running for public office and even landed some victories. Kathy Kosachenko was the first openly gay person elected to a public office in the United States. She served on the Ann Arbor City Council in Michigan. Although many queer activists shared the same goals, many did not. And even if the goals were similar, their ways of implementing these goals varied. Some women felt that the Gay Liberation Front and the Gay Activists Alliance did not adequately address women's issues. Lesbian feminists were also dissatisfied with how feminist circles, like the National Organization for Women, treated queer women. They would end up organizing a high profile protest at the Second Congress to Unite Women, with the goal of having lesbian issues included in feminist circles. Another break occurred in the LGBT community. Trans people felt excluded from the movement. Many trans people felt that the gay liberation movement was becoming a white and middle class club, as Silvia Rivera called it. A group called Lesbian Feminist Liberation opposed a drag queen performance at the 1973 Pride March in New York, and Silvia Rivera took to the stage to proclaim her concerns.
Y'all better quiet down. I have been beaten. I have had my nose broken. I have been thrown in jail. I have lost my job. I have lost my apartment for gay liberation. And you all treat me this way? What the fuck's wrong with you all? Think about that. The people that are trying to do something for all of us and not men and women that belong to a white middle class, white club. And that's what you all belong to. Revolution.
Trans activists often clash with trans exclusionary radical feminists, especially in the LGBT community. Despite this, trans people did fight for some incredible historical feats. Sweden became the first country in the world to allow trans people to change their gender marker to match their gender identity. Reed Erickson, a wealthy transman philanthropist, would use his resources to donate to many transgender causes. He helped fund trans-related research at Johns Hopkins, the organization that is now known as the World Professional Association for Transgender Health, pamphlets, articles, and films. Overall, the culture in America toward LGBT plus people was changing. Even if the public did not approve of queer people, they were gaining awareness of queer people's existence. Movies that had once seen LGBT people as predators in the shadows now showed them in a sympathetic light. By no means was the LGBT representation of the 1970s perfect, but it existed less to demonize queer people and more to portray them as everyday people. Despite the many disagreements in the community, there was a strong sense of achievement among each of its members. The community was enjoying what the new decade brought, but every new movement that appears in the culture has a pushback. Thanks for watching. Sorry I have to talk about TERFs, but they existed and played a part in history, unfortunately. This channel is not one to mention harmful ideas and leave them hanging, because that's irresponsible, so I'm going to stress this channel includes trans people as a positive and integral part of queer history. Anti-trans sentiment is not to be tolerated. Hi there. I'm the creator of ASMR the Gay and pansexual political parties. Today, I'm here to thank my patrons. I'm here to thank these people.